Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You have the Pokemon Professor here, and today I'm bringing you week 1 of ICP Season 4. You whore. This week we are playing Jarl and his Hamilton Torracats. As you can see on screen, Jarl's got a pretty threatening team, right? He's got the Meowscarada, Terra Blaziken, Lando T, Rotomwash, Gengar, Hatterene, Archaludon, Terra Cryogonal, Garganachi, and the mascot pick Torracat. I like it. But before we get into my team, what I'm bringing, things like that, I do want to kind of just say a couple things here. One, drop a sub to Jarl, drop a sub to me, drop a sub to everybody in the description. They're all good people, and they allow me to play Pokemon with people I call my friends. So big shout outs to them, and check them all out, yada yada. And then the second thing is going to be the way that I do this team builder, as well as the post-game kind of just analysis. Don't get me wrong, I love playing Pokemon, but I really like the stats aspect of all this. I like that intuitive decision making, and ultimately I just want to get better. So if you have any criticism on either the way the video is set up, plays, things like that, holler at your boy. Holler at your boy. I will have some timestamps down below, so feel free to check everything out. Like I said, I want to take a more analytical approach, try to get better. So, alas. Looking at this, the way I built for Jarl's team, I tried to identify the 6 that I think he would bring. I'm going with something like a Choice Scarf Meow. Speed tier wise, it outruns even my fastest mon, which would be like a Choice Scarf Greninja, something like a Rapid Spin boosted Psychozar, things like that. I kind of think a Terra Dark Blaziken, as odd as that may seem, I think Terra Dark would be really beneficial for you to try to go for the SD or the Protect, get your Blaziken boosts, and then not be concerned about Prankster on Sableye. I think Lando T is a solid bring, similar with the Rotomwash. Levitate, great ability, especially when I have something like a Terra Rhyperior that would want to go for Earthquake on things like the Gengar, the Archaludon, the Garganachi. Arch, I could see coming this week, something like the Power Herb Electro Shot set, something just bulky, take a hit, go for the Body Press, yada yada. And then last mon, probably the Hatterene. I don't necessarily see the Garganachi, the Cryogonal coming this week, so I think Hatterene is going to be something that you are relying on for some form of hazard control, right? I am bringing some stuff for the Garganachi because I don't want to lose to Salt Cure Recover, but those are the mons that I'm bringing. So once I those are the mons I expect Jarl to bring. And the first thing I did was try to identify my win con, and in my opinion, that's going to be my Choice Specs Greninja. Running the Battle Bond, and the name of the game is get Greninja in to where I can either click Surf or Dark Pulse and just run away with it. If I can wear stuff down like a Rotomwash and the Archaludon, I guess I should say, and lock into Surf, that's amazing. If I could wear the Archaludon down and even the Blaziken and lock into something like Dark Pulse, again, beautiful. So if I can chip a few things down, I just love Greninja late game. I think it's going to be so good, and if I can put it in the right position, I think it's GG's with the Battle Bond boost. So one way to get that in the right position is going to be wearing stuff down, and I really like rocks this week. I like spikes because it does hit the arch for a little bit more, the Blaziken, but I think that rocks is just the best overall decision because you are going to be bringing the Lando. You are going to be bringing the Rotom. So I'm bringing Max Defense China Shop. Not only is this somewhat of a check to a physical Blaziken, as well as a special Blaziken. We're running Max Defense, Max Def with a careful nature. Getting rocks up could just be a game changer. I'm running Terra Fight, not only to get more damage out of my Body Press, but I think it's just a good neutral typing and can allow me to set up with the Curse on something like a Garganachi. I'm also running the Lightning Rod ability, again, hoping to get a Curse up. My opponent, I think with the Rotom, could be just 4 move slot syndrome, so if I get up a +1, my Body Presses are just doing damage. And then Heavy Slam, obviously, to try to catch the Hatterene off guard. So I've got my rocks. I need something to break, and that is going to be my Terra Tron, my Terra Iron Crown. Again, Terra Fighting this week. Terra Fighting, everything that I named, it hits everything with the coverage moves, right? I've got the Tachyon Carter for Hatterene, which is like the only thing that wants to take the Fighting Blast. And then Archaludon doesn't want to take the Terra Fighting, but it does want to take the Tachyon Cutter. So if I can position this right, get it in to where I can just click buttons and break, force my opponent to take damage, get Greninja in that perfect in-game position. I really like the outcomes if I can do that. So Tachyon Cutter, Terra Blast, Volt Switch, Psyshock, maybe revealed to be AV on something and I need to hit it on the physical side. Maybe you're the Spadef AV Lando or something like that, right? This gave me a little bit of ways to kind of mess around. Terra Crogonal, I don't expect it to come, but that could be something as well, trying to catch that on the physical side. So I've got Greninja, I know how to win with it, hopefully. Now I need to kind of build some balances for my opponent's checks. One of which is going to be the Archaludon as well as the Blaziken. I know I talked about China Shop, but I don't want that to be the only thing. So I'm rocking Babiri Berry Sylveon. I am max defense, max special attack. Calm Mind is something this week. If I can, go for the Calm Mind with the Babiri Berry popping, so I get +1 Babiri Berry pop on the Archaludon, so I'm taking even less. If you were an AV or if I've knocked that off, Moonblast is just bopping the team, right? Wanted to fit something like Shadow Ball in to hit the Hatterene, to hit the Gengar, but you could run Throat Chop, right? Realistically, that's not too crazy of a bring. And I just like the consistency of Moonblast a little bit more. Quick attack, if I could catch a Meow off guard, if I could catch the KO on the Blaziken that's already set up, and you are Terra Dark, which I kind of expect. I think that could be awesome. Awesome. Looking at it, I feel like I prepped really well for physical Blaziken. I haven't necessarily prepped too well for special Blaziken. Yes, I have the AV Crown. I'm running Max Spadef, Max Fizdef on the Rhyperior, but I'm bringing Undertaker this week. I am Max Spadef. I've got some HP, speed, things like that, Jolly Nature. Just essentially being able to take that Fire Blast. Being able to not take crazy amounts of damage. That's what it was as well, the Rotom. This thing can really shut Rotom down. With Volt Switch, I do have to watch out for the Willow, but I'm running Facade this week. So if I get burned on that thing, Facade is really hurting my opponent's team. Gengar can switch in, but I've got the Knock. Archcane as well, trying to get the stamina boost, but I can hopefully U-turn out and get in something like my last mon, because if you go into the Arch, I'm kind of expecting the body press. So I'm bringing Rescuers, which is the Sableye, not only for something like the body press check, the Blaziken check if you aren't Terra Dark, we've got the Encore, but I'd also like to get screens up. Both mons in the Sylveon and the China Shop, I talked about setup with the Curse, with the Calm Mind. So if I can get either of those in a perfect position, and then now Tron isn't the only one breaking, right? Sylveon's able to kind of take that burden. If I can set Sylveon up behind screens and get up a +2 Calm Mind before Arch comes in, thinking it can still hit me with a Flash Cannon, that could be game in itself. So, name of the game, get Greninja in, don't lose, and then have fun, right? I'm trying to giggle from time to time. So I will catch you in the matchup. I love you. Bye. Alrighty, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You got the Pokemon Professor here, and today I am bringing you week 1 of ICP. Week 1, we back at it. Brings a lot of the stuff that I expect. Okay, he has Terra Grass on Blaziken. China Shop can be my lead, as can Tron. In fact, I think I want to make Tron my lead, specifically, just because I do see the Hatterene. I'd love to get Rocks up, but I think Tron may be my best just to break. Could see something like Meow as a lead. Could see Arch as a lead. Could see Lando, Rotom. I could see everything outside of Blaziken. So I think Tron may be my best overall, just to get some good damage off right off the bat. So good luck, have fun to the homie Jarl. Okay, let's get it. Week 1, Rey Mysterio. Okay, I like the name. Okay. So if a Terra off rip, Tachyon Cutter's doing a metric fuck ton. I do not see you going Lando. But I think Terra Fight Terra Blast is just such a good play overall. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Because I don't necessarily know what wants to switch into this. You can go for the knock, you can go for the axle. I'm presuming you are Scarf, so I'm presuming you U-turn out. Yeah. 383 to 332. You did 13, so you're not banned. Okay, so I'm playing as if you're Scarf. And now what wants to switch into this? You could definitely go Lando, trying to block something like the trying to block something like a Volt Switch, but I don't feel like that's the worst of things if you do that. You know, go ahead and Terra. So I feel like you trying to go straight out into Arch is tough. Rotom Wash should take a decent amount. Yeah. Washmania. Okay. I respect the wrestling nicknames. I got the Undertaker out here. Let's see. Okay. That did 50 on a crit, essentially. Wow. That did 50 on a crit. So you have to be like super bulky. I think I get a free Volt Switch off. I'm going to go out into my... Yeah. I mean, you may even be bulky AV. But I don't necessarily know what you can do to my Undertaker. You can go for a Willow, but I have the Facade. Pain Split. Okay. I respect it. So you're not AV. You're just bulky Spadef. Not the worst of things. I don't think so. I think I go for a knock. You could go Arch, get the stamina boost. In which case we just kind of got to play it by ear. Wow, so you like max Spadef, huh? Damp Rock. Okay. Okay, so you're going for the Archaludon. I don't necessarily want to... I don't want to U-turn as you Pain Split. I'm going to go for another knock. Okay, you Volt Switch out. I'm cool with that. And you got Archaludon. Is it worth getting a knockoff off? I kind of think so. I'm AV. I don't know what this thing is. Your stamina, obviously. Oh, AV. And you go for the body press, which isn't the worst of things. 100. You're not AV. Terra Blast should pick up the KO. Terra Blast 100% should pick up the KO here. I'm gonna go for it. With you being Rain Dance, like max HP, well, that was max, or that's AV with some modest, whatever the VGC 2025 calc is. Maybe not, truth be told, maybe not, but you were AV. So Electroshock would be the most that you can do, and I'm AV on Iron Crown, so I don't think that you're doing too much to me. You could drop a Draco. Electroshock obviously would be pretty solid. Okay. Let's see if he lives. Ooh, with Comfort. Okay. You get the +2 body press. Now we go through the Draco. Okay, we eat that up. Nom, 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 nom. Is Tachyon Cutter my best play? I don't think so. Honestly. I just think Terra Blast is. Hatterene doesn't want to take anything. You don't want to switch around. I know I'm faster than Rotom Wash, so like, you try to play around the Hatterene, taking the Terra Blast into the Tachyon Cutter, that goes down. Landorus takes a pretty decent amount. Takes a quarter. And I take it. Okay, he does let this go down. First blood, the Chocolate Starfish. Tron coming in, taking down Lance Archer. Okay. The rain stopped too, which is nice. Could definitely go Lando. I feel like that may be the play. Rey Mysterio. Okay. I'm at 57. Axel doesn't KO me. I kind of think I go for the Terror Blast. I don't see why I don't. I feel like you U-turn out. You go for Axel, cool. But Axel can't from Jolly Scarf KO me. Oh, he's got the play rough. Okay, good play. Good play. Yeah, that does KO me. Ooh, First Blood did not go to the Chocolate Starfish. They took down my Undertaker. I kind of think I'm going to go Waifu. Do I set up the Calm Mind? Hyper Voice is doing a metric fuck ton. I don't think you give that to me yet. I'm going to set up the Calm Mind. I'm not even pretending to say that. Okay. Okay. We're at +1/+1. I think I go for the Hyper Voice. I do have to watch out for the Terra Grass on Blaziken, as that's going to be a threat. Okay. Goes for the Nuzzle. I am paralyzed, but it is what it is there. I kind of just think I Hyper Voice again. Ooh, the future side. Okay. Okay. So head is down, which is nice. Pain Split's doing a good bit. A good old bit. So I think I just go for the Hyper Voice. You get your Pain Split off, yeah. There's not much I can do in that regard. Cool. This thing should... Oh, not quite. But I'll go for the... I'll reveal the quick attack. Honestly, if I get parried and this thing goes down to some kind of like Pain Split plus Future Sight, I think that would be the most ideal, as I can go Greninja and get off my Battle Bond, but then I get the +1. I'm not doing enough to Meow. Yeah, Dark Pulse isn't doing enough. Bummer. I said it. They better come into play. Okay, this should be enough to pick up the KO. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go Jeremiah the Bullfrog. I'm going to click this Dark Pulse. I'm going to get my KO on Rotom. I'm going to lose my Battle Bond as you go Meowscarada. You go Rey Mysterio, yeah. Honestly, if I can set up with China Shop, I'm in a pretty decent spot. But then I lose my ability. You got to go for like Flower Trick or Play Rough. I lose my ability to prevent or encore Blaziken. But I think I just got to do what I got to do. I think I can get a Reflect up. I hope I can live. I didn't calc. Oh, that's insane. I'm going to get my Reflect up. He stays in and he goes for it. I mean, I might as well go for the Encore. Because you're a fairy type now. Oh, they withdraw. The big dog. I think I go for my light screen, just in case you are special on the Blaziken. I think it ultimately is going to come down to being able to set up with Rhyperior. And you could very easily be packing the Grass Knot on Landorus Therian. Jeez, I'm not helping myself out here, am I? No, I encore you to where I can set up with Rhyperior, even if you have the Grass Knot. Yeah, I set up a curse. Oh, did that go through? Jesus, that just did so much. Okay. That did That did a whole lot. Are you banded? You gotta be like 252 adamant. Wow. Okay. I think I lost. Truthfully. I don't have a way to rest. I think I lost. I gotta go for the heavy slam. Okay. That makes me feel better, but I don't have a way to pressure Meow. I don't have a way to pressure Meow. And so Meow can just click Flower Trick, honestly, and win. So I think that's a GG's. Yeah, I think we're going to take the 2-0. Realistically, I don't think I did too much wrong. Yeah, I don't think I did too much wrong. The play rough on Iron Crown, I was not expecting that. I was expecting knock, flower, axle, U-turn. So GG's to him on that aspect. And when he scarfed, wow, GG's. GG's, yeah. I was thinking scarf from Meow the whole time. Maybe he's a double scarf. Maybe he was a double scarf. In which case I got to give it to him. Interesting. I guess I also completely overvalued the defensive prowess of Rhyperior. If I'd gotten the quick attack off on Rotom Wash, I'd have been sitting at about-ish 50. Meow would have still had to gone for an attack, and Hyper Voice would have picked up the KO into a quick attack if I didn't die. So I don't think that's the worst of things. The double scarf good on him, and like I said, assuming he scarf from Meow. Iron Crown going down to the play rough was the bummer play. I do think that was scarfed. The Landorus I think was scarfed as well. I mean, it was scarfed. It outran Greninja. Not getting Greninja to proc off. Like, I needed Meow down before I got the battle boost, and it just didn't work out that well. Had he had missed the play rough, obviously, that would have been kosher and beautiful. But it just is what it is. So GG's to Jarl. GG's to Jarl. With that, we take a 3-0 loss, but I'm pretty content with it. Again, play rough was the kicker. The nuzzle, it's not a kicker. It's just part of playing against a Hatterene. Bulky Rotom with the pain split. I kind of thought Rotom would come. Everything that came, I kind of expected to come. So not caught off guard in that aspect. But I think it just came down to that play rough play. Had I had switched in, I don't know what I would have switched into, maybe the Rhyperior, but I guess a part of me thought he was going to go for the Flower Trick and hoping, or the Axle and hoping, in which case Rhyperior wouldn't have been able to switch into really either way. But allowing Tron to go down to the play rough and then not getting that Battle Bond procced before Meow went down was really a kicker, because we could have forced the Blaziken into that point. We would have had the Sableye to get up a screen or two, in which case maybe it wouldn't have mattered, depending, because it may have been like he went for Terror Blast and get up Reflect or Light Screen or yada yada. But it is what it is. I'm just trying to be analytical of it. GG's to Jarl. So with that, we play I can't remember for week 2, but I'll catch you guys in. Peace. I love you. Bye.